The Trojan War, a 10-chapter historical narrative. Chapter 1, The Wedding That Started It All. Long before the fall of cities and the clash of bronze swords, a single wedding lit the spark of destiny. The sea nymph Thetis was to marry the mortal king Peleus. All the gods were invited, except one. Eris, the goddess of discord, furious at being excluded, arrived unannounced and hurled a golden apple into the feast. Upon it were carved the words, "To the fairest." 3 goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, claimed the prize. Their rivalry grew fierce, threatening even the peace of Olympus. To settle the dispute, the mighty god Zeus refused to choose. Instead, he appointed a mortal judge, Paris, Prince of Troy. Unaware that his decision would ignite one of history's greatest wars, Paris prepared to judge the beauty of goddesses, never knowing he was about to decide the fate of nations. Chapter 2, The Judgment of Paris. On the slopes of Mount Ida near Troy, the 3 goddesses appeared before Paris. Each offered him a bribe. Hera promised power and dominion over vast kingdoms. Athena offered unmatched wisdom and victory in battle. But Aphrodite made the most tempting offer of all. She promised Paris the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. Paris, young and captivated, chose Aphrodite. That woman was Helen, Queen of Sparta, wife of King Menelaus. Bound by desire and divine manipulation, Paris traveled to Sparta. Whether by seduction or force, Helen left with him for Troy. When Menelaus discovered her absence, rage consumed him. An insult to a king was an insult to all Greece, and thus a single choice born from vanity and desire set the ancient world on a path toward war. Chapter 3, The Gathering of the Greek Kings. Menelaus sought help from his brother Agamemnon, the powerful king of Mycenae. Together they called upon the Greek kings who had once sworn an oath to protect Helen's marriage. Bound by honor, they answered. Great warriors assembled, the cunning Odysseus of Ithaca, the giant Ajax, the aged but wise Nestor, and above all, Achilles, the greatest warrior of his age. Over 1,000 ships gathered at Aulis, forming a fleet unmatched in the ancient world. But the winds would not blow. The goddess Artemis demanded a terrible sacrifice. Agamemnon gave his daughter Iphigenia, and only then did the winds carry the fleet toward Troy. As black sails cut across the Aegean Sea, thousands of warriors sailed toward a city they would besiege for 10 long years. Chapter 4, The Siege Began. The Greeks landed on the shores of Troy and immediately clashed with Trojan defenders. Among them stood Hector, Prince of Troy and its greatest champion. For years, battles raged beneath the towering walls of the city. Heroes rose and fell. Achilles proved unstoppable, slaughtering Trojan warriors with unmatched fury. Yet the war was not merely fought by men. The gods themselves took sides. Athena and Hera favored the Greeks. Aphrodite and Apollo protected Troy. The battlefield became a chessboard of divine interference. Spears shattered, shields splintered, and rivers ran red. But Troy's walls held strong. The war dragged on, neither side gaining decisive victory. Pride, rage, and fate tightened their grip as the struggle entered its most tragic chapter. Chapter 5, The Wrath of Achilles. Conflict erupted within the Greek camp. Agamemnon, driven by arrogance, seized a captive woman from Achilles. Enraged and dishonored, Achilles withdrew from battle. Without their greatest warrior, the Greeks faltered. Hector seized the advantage, pushing Greek forces back to their ships. Flames nearly consumed the fleet. Desperate, Achilles' dear friend Patroclus begged to enter battle wearing Achilles' armor. Achilles agreed, but warned him not to pursue glory too far. Yet in the heat of combat, Patroclus faced Hector and was slain. When news reached Achilles, grief turned to burning rage. His sorrow became vengeance. He returned to battle like a storm unleashed, determined not merely to fight, but to destroy. Chapter 6: Hector's Last Stand. Achilles swept across the battlefield, cutting down Trojans without mercy. The very sight of him struck fear into seasoned warriors. Only Hector remained to defend Troy's honor. Outside the city walls, the two champions met. At first, Hector's courage wavered, but pride and duty forced him to stand. Their duel echoed with the clash of bronze and fury. Guided by Athena's deception, Achilles struck the fatal blow. Hector fell. In grief and rage, Achilles tied Hector's body to his chariot and dragged it before the walls of Troy. King Priam, Hector's father, later crept into the Greek camp and begged for his son's body. Moved by the old king's sorrow, Achilles returned it. Yet Troy had lost its greatest defender, and its fate drew closer. Chapter 7: The Death of Achilles. Though nearly invincible, Achilles was not immortal. His mother, Thetis, had once dipped him into the river Styx, making him invulnerable, except for his heel where she held him. Guided by Apollo, Paris loosed an arrow across the battlefield. It struck Achilles in his heel. The greatest warrior of Greece fell. Mourning swept through the Greek army. His armor became the prize of rivalry between Ajax and Odysseus. When Odysseus won it, Ajax, humiliated, took his own life. The war dragged on, both sides exhausted, their greatest heroes gone. Yet the Greeks would not retreat. They turned to cunning instead of strength, and to the mind of Odysseus for salvation. Chapter 8: The Wooden Horse. After 10 years of bloodshed, Odysseus devised a daring plan. The Greeks built a massive wooden horse and hid their best warriors inside. The rest of the army burned their camp and sailed away, at least in appearance. The Trojans discovered the horse and debated its purpose. Despite warnings from the priest Laocoon, who cried, "Beware of Greeks bearing gifts," the Trojans dragged the horse inside their city as a trophy. Night fell. The city celebrated, believing the war over. But as darkness deepened, Greek warriors emerged from within the horse. They opened the gates to the returning fleet. Troy, once proud and unbroken, awoke to flames and steel. Chapter 9: The Fall of Troy. Chaos consumed the city. Greek warriors stormed through the streets. Priam was slain at his own altar. The royal family was shattered. Andromache and Hecuba were taken captive. The city that had stood for centuries burned into ash. Temples were desecrated, treasures stolen. Only a few escaped, among them Aeneas, who would later carry Trojan legacy to distant lands. The cries of Troy echoed across history as its towers collapsed. What 10 years of siege could not accomplish, deception achieved in a single night. The war was over, but victory tasted bitter, for the gods had not finished weaving their fates. Chapter 10: Aftermath and Legend. The Greek victors faced long, cursed journeys home. Odysseus wandered for 10 years before reaching Ithaca. Agamemnon was murdered upon his return. Many heroes met tragic ends. The war had ended, but suffering endured. The story of the Trojan War would echo through generations, immortalized in epic poetry, most famously in Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. Was it myth or history wrapped in legend? Archaeologists would later uncover ruins believed to be ancient Troy, but beyond fact or fiction, the tale remains timeless. It is a story of pride and passion, of gods and mortals, of love that sparked destruction, and of heroes whose names still live after 3,000 years. And so ends the legend of the Trojan War, where beauty ignited conflict and destiny reshaped the ancient world.